Happy Friday, everyone. We made it to the end of another week. We're really into February now, right? This is a short month. We've knocked out already a week of it. I was thinking we're almost halfway through the first quarter of the year. Let's go. Press on. Continue. These Friday videos, I just sort of take notes and throw it in my phone and then show up here with some bullet points. And it's kind of a hodgepodge. I saw on my timeline a couple of old YouTube commentaries from Hutch and CNanners. This is the era of video stuff that I watched in 2010, 2011 that made me go out and buy a Hapag and want to create videos in the first place. And YouTube was so chill. At least gaming commentary was super chill. Aside from, there was a lot of drama. That was still a thing very prevalent in the early COD years. There was plenty of drama junk. Mainly it was this style of content where you just talk to your audience, you throw up some gameplay, and it was cozy and it was unique and it was different. And everything up until that point, at least in my life, internet video was still really new. And if you wanted to go watch any interest that you had, there wasn't a ton of video resources out there. Case in point, mountain biking. You used to be able to keep up with every new video that was coming out. These news aggregation sites like Pink Bike. I'm trying to remember. There was a few others, one that turned into Vital MTB, and I can't remember what its name was before then. But each day I would go to those blogs and there'd be 2 new sick edits came out, and you'd watch those videos and it would take forever to load. It was 360p. And now we're in the era where literally every day there's probably 1,000 plus mountain biking videos uploaded, right? Not all great, but you get what I'm saying. So going from that into the Machinima era where you could have this group of creators and, oh, wow, Hutch uploaded a new video. Sandy Ravage threw something new. Beiruti. If any of you come from that older YouTube era, who were some of your favorite creators and why? I remember watching this guy named Beiruti. He made Halo Reach commentaries, but he also was a Street Fighter content creator. And he would have these super sick Street Fighter edits. And I just thought it was the coolest thing. You could play Halo, enjoy Halo, but you could also be a really good fighting game player. And ultimately, I got a cheap little fight stick. It was horrible. The buttons would get stuck and everything. And I made a good friend, one of my first YouTube friends. His name was MVito, and he also liked Halo Reach and Halo 3, and he was like, yo, I want to play fighting games. And we started playing online Street Fighter basically every week. Every Wednesday afternoon, we would grind 2 hours of training together, and it was a ton of fun. And all because back in the day, YouTubers were, I feel more apt to share their interests and their hobbies. They weren't all obsessed with the algorithmic drive, the retention editing, all the stuff that YouTube has now trained everyone to go for, right? Your channel is this niche. You got to stay here. You got to keep the view duration here. You got to do all these things that ultimately compromise what made YouTube videos so special, that organic and authentic nature. It wasn't like cable TV. Cable TV at the time was super tightly edited video packages. Everything retention editing was a 2.5, 3 minute package. Boom, 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 in your face, quick cuts, edits, it was always moving. And it is really cool. It was well crafted, but there was a need in the market for something more relaxed like this. And I heard a really cool phrase this week at Real Work. We are in the post-marketing era. Consumers, especially younger ones, are getting pretty smart. And old school marketing tricks, the hype machine, the sensationalism, the usual playbook for commercials and ads don't work the way they used to. You can't really lie or, gild the lily or put lipstick on a pig, whatever you want to say. I feel for our generation, looking at my audience, we're pretty much in our 20s and our 30s for the majority of the viewers here. You really have to treat people with respect and meet them where they're at and communicate more authentically and honestly. And it does feel like YouTube is getting some of that back. There's a lot more videos I'm seeing in this vein, and a lot of people enjoying just the honest approach. There's nothing wrong with a tightly crafted and well-edited piece. That is necessary. That's needed. It's awesome. I love that content too. But YouTube can't be all algorithm, all retention editing. In that same conversation at work, they were showing a clip of like a podcast, and it was just a typical like people talking to people kind of podcast. And the pitch was, we can, make this clip so much better. And they showed like the jazzed up version of the podcast clip as a short. It had captions and zooms and wipes and B-roll and sound effects. And it was ridiculous. It was super cringy. I'm so thankful for this audience because it's one of the few places I feel like I can talk with like-minded people about this. The whole shorts algorithmic era we've been in, people are getting sick of. Yeah, shorts will continue like forever, but so many people are recognizing that there's a huge lack of authenticity all around us. And on the video side, creators are shifting back to passion-driven content instead of chasing numbers. At least a lot of them. The ones that I talk to, plenty of my friends. And I was also thinking about it in relation to gaming. There's a lot of companies that are getting that. Not the big publishers. The big publishers are going to continue to do what they've been doing. I think there was an article from the EA, like one of the top dogs, saying, well, maybe Dragon Age the Veilguard would have actually done better if we would have kept it just live service. People like live service. And it's, your audience liked single-player games. You took it, you made it live service, then you ripped the live service out. Of course, anyway, the Battlefield reveal. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. Battlefield is a franchise I love deeply. Battlefield 3 and 4 are some of my favorite FPS games of all time. Exceptional games. And I kind of shake my head. My hype is not there. The apprehension is real because we're in this post-marketing world, especially for gamers, and that reveal doesn't seem like they recognize or get it. So much of the content and the stuff they talked about is, this is the beginning of a long journey. We're going to need your help to build this new game. Just make a complete game and launch it. Take the 3-4 years, make a Battlefield 3 style game, and just launch it. Just ship it. When I hear this is the start of a long journey, I have absolute terrible flashbacks to every live service FPS game in the last 5-6 years that just launches empty and hollow and like, oh, we'll make it better. We'll add some things that you want. No, you won't. No. It's a skeleton crew. Halo Infinite. Come on. It's been just cosmetics for a bunch of time and tiny updates and iterations. People just want what we used to get. And if you can't like deliver that, don't reveal it. That's, maybe I'm getting really complainy, but I see threads of relevance in all of these things. People are craving authenticity, and if you are not honest and authentic with your audience, they're going to know it. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe with this new crew, the new Battlefield's going to be incredible. I hope it is, but all I heard and saw is the same story. It's not done. It won't be done. And we're going to string you all along for a couple of years while we say we're listening to your feedback to build out what should have been there on day one. All right, let's move on. I don't like to get complaining about that stuff. I want to end on like a more hopeful note. If the YouTube scene and the gaming scene and just like this generation is rediscovering authenticity and valuing it, gaming can absolutely do the same. Everywhere can do the same. So I'll end on this. If you have ever had a desire to share thoughts and you like gaming, I super encourage starting a YouTube channel. I know I've made entire videos about this before, but the equipment is really affordable now. If you have a console, you have the ability to record. A PC is kind of necessary, or some kind of computer for editing, but a lot of times phones actually have that stuff too now. But the organic, cool, like my favorite content that has ever come out of YouTube was 2010 to like 2014-ish. The ultra chill, laid back commentary that was authentic and different, and it was real, and it wasn't about production quality or retention editing or any of the algorithmic stuff. It was just about caring about a community and just sharing your thoughts. So, again, go do it. Have a great weekend. Thank you all very much for watching. Thanks for the support this week. Thank you, patrons. Super appreciate everybody. Great week. Hope you have a really good weekend, and I'll see you again very soon.